Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rise of the Star Lords. This is episode 29, Breaking Free. And last week, our heroes. our heroes invaded. Our heroes interrogated Melody, Finn's old love. Finn was reunited with his family. Got a pair of wings installed over the course of 5 hours while everyone else bought jetpacks and went to a buffet. Then they circumvented an entire tower dungeon and beat the fleam out of the book's end boss very rapidly.
Yeah, we did.
And that's
a bunch of
pretty
low-level
much where we left off. I narrated away you beating up another opponent because there was no way you weren't going to kick the crap out of him, and I didn't want to waste 30 minutes doing tactical combat against one opponent.
I mean, downside though is we let a lot of minions get away. They might come back and bite us later.
Just cards on the table. 3 bad guys got away.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. And if they come back, we beat their boss. They won't stand a chance.
Yeah. So this week's icebreaker, courtesy of Drunk Fat Ninja again, is what's your character's go-to snack? Has anybody thought about this? Anyone want to go first?
Oh, we answered this.
Yeah. We haven't answered this here.
So Finn's go-to snack is going to be jerkies, like of any kind. Seems being a jerky guy. Also really into like finding new different kinds of jerky. Spicy is his favorite kind. Because imagine after being reanimated, like, I don't know, it doesn't say it anywhere, but I feel like maybe like you might want things to be spicier because your taste buds have been dead and they're back to life. Kind of like iZombie, they drop hot sauce and everything. Could be why my brain went there.
That makes sense. Nick?
Anything strawberry flavored.
I feel like that is very fitting as well.
I was thinking Lahan was going to be a candy gal. Sweets.
Mm-hmm.
What about Tom, Jacinto?
So Jacinto, I think Jacinto is going to like Space Garden Salsa Sun Chips. Just because, Ogden liked space cheese. It's one of my favorite snacks. It's only fitting that Jacinto likes one of my other favorite snacks. But also, I think Garden Salsa Sun Chips, Space Garden Salsa Sun Chips, are a good fit for Jacinto because
all of the ingredients are grown in zero gravity, and then they're manufactured in zero gravity. That's what brings the space flavor through.
Yeah, Nova chips.
Yes, yeah. Instead of Sun Chips, it's Nova chips or something like that.
And then their
Ray chips,
or one of their limited time flavor that they just release for like a few weeks a year. It's like black hole chips or something.
Yeah.
Black milk chips?
No, never.
I said black hole, not black milk. Leif, what about Ava?
Her favorite snack is goblin finger sandwiches. Not like made out of finger sandwiches. Just little sandwiches. But they're obviously made with horse meat. So.
See, I was imagining Ava to be kind of like old Luke in the new movies, like just milking whatever's around and drinking the milk all despondently.
That does feel kind of appropriate too.
See, here I was assuming that they were going to go into not finger sandwiches.
Same.
Forgive me, Leif. I assumed the worst.
Sometimes there's fingers, but we're talking about favorite snacks. She'll drink the milk of whatever's around. I guess that's probably a survival thing she does.
I think the gruesome finger snacks are a recent thing, courtesy of the Doshko.
Rat milk, great for your bones.
All right, and with that, I think we can come on back. You had beaten up the fleeing flesh golem after defeating Zanesha. and I think you went back to the Valdemar family penthouse suite just off the shipyard. And I know you had said something about deciphering that datapad that required a very high check and 2d4 days and knowing 3 separate languages.
Given us Lahan's brother.
Yeah, you did give it to
Yeah,
him.
we
I was
left it
going to
with
have him roll
Atticus.
to aid. Yeah, I was going to have him roll to aid because he is very bookish.
Mm.
But someone was still going to need to actively decipher it.
Okay, I suppose.
And someone should also roll 2d4 to determine how many days it takes.
Ooh, I'm on it.
Do it.
I rolled aggressively average 5 days.
What do I need to roll to decipher? Is that culture?
A culture check.
Not my best skill, but it's pretty good. 25?
All right. Well, without your brother's help, which he did help, you got it exactly. This is there is enough information here that you have unlocked that if Ironbriar had survived, this would have put him on death row. He would have straight been executed. It points to all of the cult's dealings, their new murder rituals, the rituals involved. It points to the Shadow Orrery, Zanesha being the mistress. You do discover, based on the changes in writing tone and some of the things that are said in this data, that you're pretty sure Zanesha was actually magically charming him, but you're also pretty sure that he was actively part of a less than legal gang borderline cult before it took a turn for ritualistic murder with symbols carved into the flesh of the victims. So, like, he wasn't a good person before. He was a bad person turned worse.
No details as to why the killings?
That was at the behest of Mistress Zanesha. His love.
No logic on why she wants that, though?
She did not reveal that to him.
Although
he did it at her behest.
It's we've seen in multiple journals at this point, or records or letters, that these killings are done to pull one of the 7 deadly sins. One of the greed. Yeah, so greed in this case. What was it that
the Runewell under Sandpoint was rage, wrath?
Yes. Yeah. So there was wrath, there's greed.
It's tied to
should be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's tied to the 7 pillars of rulership that the Aslanti Empire espoused that were then corrupted into the 7 deadly sins.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, my phone went off.
I mean, that's it. Like, you discovered some of it, but you have like hard proof. So if the authorities come at you, you can be like, look, we went here for this reason, and then they tried to on us, and here's records of murders. We stopped a murderer, a group of murderers.
Yes, multiple murderers. Multiple murderers were murdering. A murder of murderers, if you will.
Yes. But that took five days, and
murderer.
I kind of feel like poring over the books was probably some like sibling bonding time.
Yeah.
Because how often have you gotten to work on projects together like that?
Not since he went off to college, like to be a big shot.
All right. So there's that. I also mentioned that you have a stack of magical masks made from the flesh of sentient beings, as well as
we left
bound
those.
faces.
We didn't take those.
Did we leave those? Why would we leave that?
We collected the masks for sure. Because those are gross, and we shouldn't just leave those for the cultists to like.
Plus, what if we have a good costume party?
Ava 100% brought those with.
Ava's wearing one.
If we were left behind, Ava would have made a point of picking them up and stashing them covertly.
Gross.
There are personal reasons when her gentleman.
There are temples on the station. alternately, you have your own spaceship, and you could go back to Father Xantus. If you're
Yeah,
unsure how to get rid of those.
Jacinto can't do anything about the datapad and the three different languages, one of which he knows, but the other two mean that he can't. So he would probably make that his one of his tasks while Lahan is working with her brothers on that datapad. He would collect the masks from the various places, see if he could suss out where Ava hid them on the starship, and then take them all to
It's pretty
the
obvious,
temple.
I'm sure, with your perception.
I think they need to do opposing roles.
No one will ever find it here, and
No,
Ava's just
we don't need
tucked
to do
them
that.
perfectly underneath things, but right at Jacinto's eye height.
Yes.
It was not good at hiding things. I mean, like maybe in the
Okay,
wilderness
that's
she's really good at
for an
catching
ambusher.
stuff, but like I imagine like on a starship she's like under some blankets. All right, that's good enough. Yeah, that's
Put
it.
some
Nobody will
bullshits
see that.
here.
Just puts a decorative pillow on top.
I'm very good for finding things. Like those little tendrils just like reaching out around corners and like, what's in here?
But there are
That's why
a
he's so good at
number
perception.
of temples on the station. Pretty much all the deities are represented. But the more like Abadar has a very prominent big temple. Desna
Yeah.
would have a prominent big temple. Probably no, probably not Talavet so much.
Is
but
there a temple to Eurasa, perhaps?
I personally don't remember what that deity is. What are they?
Goddess of change and metamorphosis and all that. Starfinder.
I could see one definitely being present, but it's probably not like a big grand temple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knowledge, learning, and science. The perpetual struggle toward mental and spiritual
Oh,
self-perfection.
knowledge, learning, and science. I could see that maybe being near like a college or something like that, like a moderately sized temple.
Yeah. Because that's who Jacinto personally follows. So yeah, he would start there, and then if not, he knows Abadar has a lot of money. So he would probably go to them and see if there was anything that they could do about these masks, because these are really heckin' gross.
Yeah. If you show them to the clergy there, they will recoil in horror, then offer to pay you. It's going to be 10% of their listed value. Offer to pay you a bounty to take them so that they can destroy them.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you so much. I don't have the facilities or the time really to take care of these myself, nor would I really know what to do. So thanks, just take them. Great, thanks. Yeah. And yeah.
Well, you're on a big station. You're at a temple right now, and I know you had something that was bothering you. Would you have asked about that?
I suppose so, yeah, especially since he's at a temple of Eurasa with all the knowledge and learning and science. So yeah, he'll look into he'll follow his quest, his personal quest to see if he can help Ava recover from this axe curse thing. See if anybody's there that knows. He'll like describe the symptoms, see if anybody would know anything about that kind of thing.
You guys don't like axe murderer Ava?
You've also consulted with Father Xantus. You did some research with them, so you know sort of what's going on. And if you lay it out, the problem was Father Xantus just wasn't powerful enough. What are you doing, Bertram? Father Xantus just wasn't powerful enough to break the curse. But they do have a member of the clergy, one of the higher ups, that is capable of performing a ritual to break the curse. But they do stipulate that it would go much easier if you or possibly any other close friends came along and participated.
So we need an intervention.
Ooh.
Sort of, but it's also an actual magical ritual.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
put a
Magical
banner.
intervention.
We need a banner.
We need a banner. Get the banner.
Get the banner.
Yes.
Yeah, your actions have really hurt us, Ava. You need to see how this affects
actions.
others.
Her actions.
Ah.
Oh no, we don't have a Tom emoji in
Everyone just has to
Twitch.
do the
Okay.
Tom emoji.
So yeah, Jacinto will say, "Oh, that works. That shouldn't be a problem. I can get. There's a couple of us that we've been traveling together. So yeah. Okay. Do you need anything else from me? What this is fantastic.
It will probably require, I'm gonna say 2,500 credits worth of various like material components.
Okay.
I think we have almost that in the communal fund. A little under,
Oh
though.
yeah, our communal fund is like 9,000 credits right now. So we're Gucci.
You know, and then the ritual will take a chunk of a day.
Okay. Well, that shouldn't be a problem either. We're sort of sitting tight right now. The real thing will be getting my friend to come here. But I'll talk to her and I'll talk to the others in the group and see if we can find a way to convince her.
Can it be done on a non-willing participant?
I mean,
Uh,
how close is this? How close is this to an exorcism?
the person subjected to the curse definitely needs to be resisting the curse. Otherwise, it's just the hooks are in and they're not going to let go.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yes, I'll be waiting.
Of course.
I'll go ahead and purchase the various material components necessary for the ritual, and we can talk about payment after the fact.
Yes, of course. We'll make a generous donation. Don't worry. I know material components don't come free. So yes, thank you so much. The Sinto is just sort of a lot of nervous energy right now. He's very charged, anxious, but
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now you guys get to roleplay amongst yourself and try and convince Ava to come to a strange temple to break a curse.
So we get a banner.
Temple, Ava's just kind of like standing there on the corner. Jacinto, she's like, "What's wrong, Jacinto? You look a little nervous."
oh, is this actually happening? Are you actually on the corner?
If chat will allow it.
Oh yeah. This is you guys right now.
Okay. Well, Ava, if I'm honest, I was in there selling the horrible skin masks. Thank you for leaving those around the ship for me. I appreciate that. But I also talked to them because I was worried about you. And when I'm worried, I talk to others of my faith. So that was what I was doing in there.
Her eyes just kind of narrow.
There is somebody that I kind of like you to talk to at some point. His name is and then
Deacon Bumbles. He was a host Sheeran wearing an elaborately done up like lab coat as his holy vestments.
Where's you, Jen? I'm trying to be menacing.
Does
uh,
Ava let his name? Deacon Bumbles.
his
She
name
does.
is Deacon. Deacon Bumbles. And he's really, really nice. He said that he might know something about your axe and how we could sort of reconcile it with your personal energies. And
You're trying real hard not to roll a bluff check.
nothing I've said is incorrect. But also, I'm really good at bluffing, so if you want me to. Honestly, Ava, I have been worried about you. And especially in light of all the things that we're seeing with these people getting murdered for it seems like to be used in these terrible circumstances, in these rituals that they're being taken advantage of, and their souls are being manipulated. And then you look at where you found that axe. You found it in the ruins underneath Sandpoint, in a ruin that was dedicated to the sin of wrath. And then he just gestures. You're growing scales, Ava. Like, things are you're different. You're different than the woman that I met when I came to town with the circus, and that's concerning me. I don't want this for you.
Oh, that was supposed to be secret. Ignore that.
I wasn't looking.
Ava's eyes just kind of narrow, and her hands shift a little under her cloak, but then she kind of like, her posture sags a little bit, and she says, interesting. And then she just kind of fades back into the alleyway a little bit and kind of just disappears.
Oh, okay, I'll see you back at the ship. And then
Ava.
Jacinto just walks away, I guess.
All
Finn will be
right.
hanging out back on the ship.
Yeah. Are you gonna try and rope Lahan or Finn into this?
Yeah, Jacinto will definitely head back. Jacinto comes onto the ship. Sorry, I was distracted by Twitch chat. Hey, Finn. How's it going?
Good. Just
Go
trying to
on.
figure out what direction we need to go next with this investigation. You know?
Yeah.
Sitting around messing with the datapad. Not really doing much because Finn's not good with that kind of stuff, but
yeah. How do I get the internet?
useful, not being very useful.
So I was just at the temple. A temple. It was the Temple of Eurasa, and I found a deacon, Deacon Bumbles, who said that he knew
Janitor
something.
Deacon Bumbles.
Janitor Deacon Bumbles. He said that he knew something and he could possibly help Ava with her. He like gestures again to his face and makes like axe swinging motions with the whole axe thing.
I didn't.
Because I'm not the only one that's seen it, right? Like,
A little bit more aggressive, but I mean, I don't know Ava that well. Like, yeah, she's been traveling with us, but she's distant.
Yeah, she is. And she was distant before when I first met her too, but I noticed something about her after she picked up the axe, and it was different than who she was before. And thinking of where we found it, we found it in the Wrath, the ruins of Wrath.
That's true.
In the hands of a statue that was Lamashtu, or no?
It was a statue of Star-Lord Alisnus, the Star-Lord of Wrath.
Okay, yeah. So,
I mean,
all of the circumstances surrounding the axe, and then Father Xantos in Sandpoint said that, yeah, that's definitely probably a cursed axe, and we can try and do something about it, but I'm not good at it. So I figured we're in Magnamar, so we should see if there's anybody here who can help. And I found somebody. So he said he'd be willing to go through some sort of ritual, a cleansing ritual, I think. But we got to get Ava on board. And to do that, I would need yours and Lahan's help.
Have you approached Ava about this affliction at all in the past? Do you know if she is even willing to do anything about it?
I've spoken to her about it every time that I asked if I could see the axe or asked her. She makes me nervous. She makes me nervous, and so talking to her about this, yeah, she's really good at it. So talking to her about this kind of thing is difficult, and it probably would have been difficult even if she wasn't under the thrall of an evil, cursed axe. So getting her to open up about this has been tough, and yeah.
She does seem to enjoy making people uncomfortable. I suspect it's somewhat of a personal defense mechanism. Don't think she likes people getting close to her, and that's gonna make this challenging. I'm willing to help, but I'm not sure if I'll be much help because I don't think she trusts me. I don't think she trusts anyone.
Well, thank you for agreeing to help at least. I think even just knowing that people are in her corner might help her fight this thing. The deacon said that she would need to resist it herself and be willing to resist it herself. And so far, she hasn't really seemed like she wanted to. So, I don't know.
If we could get her to resist and we could help her through this, maybe she'll actually let us in a little bit. It would be nice to get to know her.
Yeah.
We should get Lahan on board too.
Yeah, I'll go.
Her and Lahan have known each other for the longest, haven't they? At least they're from the same spot.
Yeah, Ava's always been, from what I understand, she's always been a frontierswoman kind of dealy, where she would go out and hunt and slaughter goblins even before the whole cursed axe thing. And then she would come into town, and then she would go out again, and so real survivalist type. But yeah, she seemed to know Lahan from the before times.
Sounds like a good plan. Just let me know when you're ready to do it, and I'll be there.
Thank you. I'll ping you. Cool. And then Jacinto texts Lahan and says, "Hey, are you available?"
Sure, we cracked the cipher.
Oh, what did you find?
Oh, just more stuff about the murder cult. Should clear our names if we need it.
Well, that's good. I certainly don't want to take the fall for what they did. Which law enforcement has a way of doing when they find somebody, admittedly, working outside of the law. Anyway, so, and then he tells Lahan about the church. I'm not going to recount it 3 times.
Yeah, fair enough. Lahan's absolutely on board.
Okay, cool. I guess Jacinto would be curious to see if Lahan had noticed anything off about Ava in the past 2 months that we've been traveling together.
Yeah, Jacinto and Lahan had a talk about it early on.
Yeah.
Ages ago.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And it is getting worse. She's going off on her own all the time and being creepy.
The question is, how do we get Ava to do anything that she doesn't want to do?
There are no good options, really.
If we controlled person Ava, would that count as willing?
No.
I don't think we can practice into doing that for us anyway.
No, it's awful. Social spells are just so icky. Like, some of them are really great, but like charm person, when you think about it,
is kind of a rapey vibe.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's like, exactly it.
I know it's not the gentlest way to put it, but like that's the truth. That's just like it kind of puts
magic
in somebody's
roofies.
mind now.
Yeah, it's magic roofies. There's no consent when it comes to And you could say the same of like, fireball, but like this is a mental thing. You're messing with somebody's mind with this, and that's weird on a different level. That said, I do have Charm Person on Jacinto, but I don't think
feel
that I
like-
would want to do that.
Yeah, but I feel like Ava's already
would-
friendly to us. Charm Person
Yeah,
is
exactly.
magic, but is not that kind of magic.
It's not plot magic.
Well, yeah, like,
Um,
serious suggestion anyway.
Yeah. So, I talked to Ava. She was following me, I guess, because she sort of. I assume the three of us are like together at this point, conferring,
Yeah.
plotting. I guess she followed me to the Church of Urasa and so the temple. So she sort of did that thing where she popped up behind me. And then popped up in front of me outside of the temple and asked me what I was doing there. And I told her and said that I was concerned and sort of put it all out there. And she just sort of considered me and then faded back into the alleyway. So I don't know what that means. She didn't. Well, in the past, she has. Like, I tried to touch the axe once. And she looked like she was going to chop me in half. She didn't look this time like she was going to chop me in half, so that's slightly encouraging.
That is. How are we going to convince her to go down there? Do you think we should talk to her first? Or do you think we should try to talk to her about this in the presence of this Deacon Bumble? Do you think he could help us convince her? Is he a charming deacon?
He's awkward.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not.
but yeah, it's not encouraging. I know. But look, I'm really charming.
No, you are.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think between the three of us, if anybody's going to talk her into it, it's going to be us. And
Usually better at scaring people into getting what I want, but I can be charming.
yeah. I mean, look at you. You've got those magnificent wings now. You've got a very impressive figure, Finn.
Nice. That's one of his wings.
Yeah. Flexes a little bit. They just
Preens, even.
Yes.
I've got good muscles too.
Just noses right into those feathers and then just gently nibbles on them and cleans them.
Oh, Foxglove. He died before he got to see magnificent wings. He would have loved it.
Oh man,
Oh, he would be
the
so
fan art
impressed.
He would have drawn. And yes, Drunk Fat Ninja. I did learn Charm Person on Jacinto. Charm Person. I don't support it, but I learned it just in case, is what Drunk Fat Ninja said. The idea that I've always had about Charm Person was sort of like more Jedi mind trick, like, these aren't the droids you're looking for, kind of thing. Because my first character in Starfinder was a Solarian, and he had the Charm Person stellar revelation. Never got to use it to great effect, but I always thought that was pretty cool because Solarians are Jedi anyway. So I've always kind of, yeah.
I still think Mystics would make better Jedi, but
A what?
Nick thinks that Mystics would be better Jedis. And I was going to say,
yeah.
At some point before Jacinto came and disturbed Finn on the ship, Finn totally would have taken like a shirtless selfie with his new wings and sent it to Pathana.
good.
Yeah.
What a good
Excellent.
boyfriend.
The days after, you get your response days later, and it's just like sweat drop emojis.
Emoji with hard eyes.
Yeah, hard eyes, sweat drops.
Big eyes and then blushing.
Cinto looks over Finn's shoulder. Hey, what's that? Oh God.
You guys have already seen erotic out of Finn and that Foxglove drill,
Yeah.
so.
It's true.
Yeah. It's ain't nothing I haven't seen before. Unfortunately. So.
Finn is just a sexy beast.
I don't know how we're gonna get Ava into the temple, except with honesty, really, because she's tricking her wouldn't achieve and it's the same reason I can't use magic on her to do this, right? Like, it's got to be something that she wants to do. It's got to be something that she accepts. The
right.
deacon said it, and I've always, that I completely agree.
Well, I feel like this would be a better in-person conversation. So step one is going to be getting Ava to come here or going and finding her. I haven't seen her since the tower.
Yeah.
Well, we can always send her a message.
As I said, I saw her that once. Yeah, I mean, maybe she hasn't destroyed this phone yet.
Excuse me. Do you want to take point?
Yeah.
But,
Hey,
I
Ava,
got it.
meet us for dinner at this place. Send.
Ping, and Ava's over here.
You don't get a response right away, but when she finally does respond, all it is like it's her location. There you go. Counter
Not
offer.
even trying to
That's
do
right.
a location ping.
Okay.
It's in a much more secluded area.
Hmm.
You don't like the restaurant Lahan picked? Fine, we'll go to your restaurant.
It's not even a restaurant. She's in like an alleyway.
We follow
Okay,
the ping.
she wants us to pick her up at this weird alleyway, Jacinto says, as we, smash cut to the alley.
I guess.
I hope she's not setting us up to get jumped or anything.
Star Wars wipe. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You didn't piss her off when you talked to her last, did you, Jacinto?
No, I told you she's definitely capable of just murdering me, and I think she would at this point. Maybe, I don't know. But
is this in one of the bad parts of town too?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
This
It's
occasion
in the
is-
Underspire.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that she wasn't planning on murdering you to the best of your knowledge.
yeah, no, maybe that's probably not fair of me to think. But no. Jacinto will, turn around, call down the alleyway. Ava? Are you in there?
There's no response, but you can hear sound down there.
What kind of sound?
Maybe heavy breathing.
Oh no!
Han peers into the alleyway with her dark vision.
And I'll take point walking down the alley.
Enhanced eyes.
Jacinto hurries behind Finn.
Not too far down the
No
alleyway.
vegetable. Not axe
Hey,
sharpening
Ava.
sounds.
We're here to grab you for dinner.
Not too far down into the alleyway, it opens up into like a little bit of a like opening between the buildings, and you see a bunch of dead goblins strewn around the street.
Where did you
And
find
Ava's
goblins,
like
Ava?
standing in the middle. It looks like just a little goblin den. They get everywhere. You know how goblins are.
But
I mean, where you go? It's goblins with you. So we were all thinking about going to dinner. You coming with us?
She just kind of like turns around and looks at you guys and just kind of
We all
nods her
really
head.
need to sit down and talk because we haven't done that in a while. We're just every time we're all together, we're fighting. We haven't had much downtime in the same spot since we flew here.
Yeah. So, there's a great space Chinese restaurant that I saw on our way down here. It looked pretty good. We should go there.
You mean a Triaxian restaurant?
is that
She
is
shakes her-
Space China?
She shakes
That's
her head
kind of how
no.
I've been treating it. Yeah.
She
'Cause the
Ava
sort
shakes
of-
her head no and kind of says no here, but in like a
Um,
really deep, scary voice.
Why here? There's not a restaurant here, Ava.
I'm not hungry.
They don't have to eat. You can just come sit with us. We enjoy your company, you know.
Say what you have to say here now. No more pretense.
Well, if you must know, we're worried about you. I know that you heard this a little bit from Jacinto earlier, but we're all worried about you. Like, aren't you worried about your skin? Have you seen yourself in a mirror? Just at her face.
You
Yeah.
think I don't know what's going on? You think I don't recognize this?
Well, then what's going on? Because I don't know what's going on. I just know there's something up.
It's obviously some sort of curse or corruption, but that doesn't matter.
Why?
Why
doesn't
it's
it
giving
matter?
it's giving me the power to finally face these creatures and destroy them, to wipe them from this galaxy.
Ava, you don't need that power. You're strong by yourself. I've seen you fight.
She just kind
You
of
don't
looks
need
at
a
the
curse.
Doshko in her hands.
Even if we get the curse fixed, that Doshko will still be a good weapon. And plus, that Doshko isn't even your best weapon. Those little throwing stars that you've been carrying around annihilate things far better than that Doshko ever did.
And that's all
Back me
you.
up, guys. I roll a diplomacy, just because.
Mahan will attempt to assist.
I think this is pretty convincing.
Oh,
An
Jeez.
assist with a natural
Yeah.
20.
Nice.
for a grand total of 21. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to
Right.
mechanically force any
No, I'm not gonna
PC
force
to
them.
do
I just
anything.
wanna do
Yeah,
a
I
roll.
just
I got
want
you
you guys to
frustrated
use
right
these sort of as guideposts to see possibly how like persuasive someone is.
No,
Exactly.
Ava's looking between you and Jacinto, Lapis, Finn. But then when Lahan speaks up, like I imagine she's kind of been standing a little bit in the back. Ava's eyes kind of like
Big innocent eyes.
go from
That you want to protect.
yeah. Ava's like eyes go from like menacing slits to kind of like wide like recognition. And she kind of like lets her arms lower and she just kind of
Also,
her head does the same.
Ava, you also have no way of telling how bad this is going to get. Right now, it may be a power boost, but what happens if it completely warps you? Like, what if you become one of the monsters?
We need your help to take down this cult.
I don't want to have to fight you.
You're right.
So will you go with us to Jacinto's temple?
She kind of like she looks up with meaning in her eyes and her mouth opens like she's going to say something, but then instead like a like blood-curdling scream comes out and she faints and passes out on the ground.
Oh,
I'm going to take that as...
Jacinto
I'm going to pick her up. Let's take her to
dashes
the
over.
temple.
I thought you were going to say Jacinto picks her up, Tom, and I was going to laugh.
Yeah. No. Jacinto just like, dashes to her side as
Jacinto tries
she
to pick her up.
collapses.
Finn picks them both up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And from his vantage point, Jacinto is trying to, minister to her, cast stabilize, detect magic, like does a whole bunch of the whole suite, trying to.
Okay, Ava, and if Jacinto wants good access to her while we're wandering towards the temple, he can totally like sit on my shoulder and do all that stuff while we're walking.
Let me know if I'm wrong, Leif, but I kind of feel like what Jacinto would get with their mystical senses and their connection to the cosmos, probably like clashing discordant music as two different melodies
Indeed.
that are not meant to go together are trying to like sort of outplay each other, if that makes sense.
Indeed. No, spot on.
Mm.
Also notably, if you try to take the Doshko from her hands, it's like locked in her grip in a steel like trap.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna try.
Jacinto will say to
Jacinto
Finn
said he
as
tried to murder people.
we hustle. She's fighting it. I can feel it. So this is good. She's
You got through to her.
still there. I hope so. Okay. So
I can
then
definitely
we
sympathize with the worry about not being strong enough. It's a shame that she feels like she needs the Doshko.
yeah, it's everybody's scared of something. we should let me call the deacon and see if we're if he's ready to go, because this might need to happen soon. And Jacinto will,
Let
call
know
up
on
Deacon
our way.
Bumbles. Yeah. You're
Just really
muted, Jet.
get it done while we
Yes, Jacinto, is it? You're calling me? What's going
Yes.
on?
My friend just passed out after letting out a blood-curdling scream. She seemed about to maybe acquiesce to this ritual. And I can't really explain how I know it, but just sort of reading her auras, her songs are clashing. So I think that means that she's okay to go with the ritual.
Yes,
Not
it
to die.
sounds like she's attempting to cast off the curse, and it's fighting her.
Yeah,
Get
that
her
makes sense.
here, post haste.
We're on it. Jacinto says from Finn's shoulder, "We might need a taxi." And then, we hail a cab to go over to the. Oh, you're
Yeah,
muted, Linus.
we need a big size cab though. Finn's got huge wings and got a lot of
Get
people.
a Spoober XL. It's fine.
Spoober XL.
Lahan hacks the Spoober app and moves us to the top of the queue.
Yeah,
Excellent.
no problem.
31.
You managed
Good
to.
use of your mechanics skills.
Hack us some credits. So
I
you don't
love
have to pay.
Yes, that too.
Apparently, Ninja likes Deacon Bumble.
Deacon Bumble's pretty great.
So yeah, you get to the temple, no problem. Ava non-responsive, and you still continue to feel that clash going on, that discordant, just awful noise happening from within her. And you enter the temple, and a lot of like the furniture has been moved out, like cleared out, moved back. There's acolytes that are in the process of creating floor space, and you see Deacon Bumble, and they're down on all fours, and they're drafting what looks to be like arcane math onto the floor with spaces that are like a big circle, and then there's math problems coming off of it, and then there's lines connecting this bubble to this bubble to this bubble, and there's like a big ring in the center, and you presume that that's probably where people are going to need to stand as part of the ritual. And if you come in, you probably make enough noise, and they look up and they're like, yes, one moment, I'm nearly finished. Place them in the center ring, and if any of you are going to help, select one of the smaller rings around the perimeter. It will make it easier for the curse to be broken if you participate.
Of course. Jacinto takes a ring, takes a spot in a ring. What is involved in helping? Lahan's not mystical.
It's more about that personal connection between the person that's cursed and the person helping.
Good.
You need to express your affection or trust for this person, or just put your connection out there and try and draw on the goddess's power. It will give the victim a boost in resisting the curse. And mechanically, what that means is you guys can come up with, like, you guys can freestyle a little bit. You can come up with something, and then you can justify a skill that you want to use. And what it mechanically will do, if you do a little narrative bit, and then you're like, and I'm using this skill because and you're trying to make it make sense together with what you're doing. Like if Jacinto starts spawning mystical music and doing all sorts of other things, like you could justify like mysticism, or if you had to perform music check or something along those lines, you could do that. If you get over a 10, you're aiding. Ava's gonna have a +2 to her saving throw, and we're gonna do this 3 times. Ava has to get 2 of 3 successful saves to break this curse.
Oof.
And I will say,
Okay.
like, math-wise, this is a very hard DC. The ritual itself is giving her a bonus. You guys are further giving her bonuses. If all of you succeed, there is a very low probability she will fail, but there is a possibility that she will fail.
So,
Okay.
question. When you say, like, we've got to, like, justify it, like, does it have to be, like, bluff is one of my highest skills. Could I bluff that I
If you could-
trust her?
You could try to. Yeah, if it makes sense, I am on board for it.
It sounds terrible, though. Terrible human.
It's fine.
I don't know her very well.
Like, or if you wanted to try and intimidate her, you could just yell at her.
You can beat
Intimidate her.
this curse, Ava.
You piece of
You-
crap, don't give up, blah, blah, blah. You know,
If you don't beat this curse, I'm gonna have to kill you.
I
Yeah.
have to help my daughter. She fell over in her robot costume. I'll be right back. Just think for 30 seconds and vamp for me,
Of course.
please.
Yeah. Go
Oh
save
no,
your robot
the
daughter.
robot costume.
I do think I might go with intimidate. That is a little
Okay.
bit kinder than lying about.
I think so. Yeah. Intimidate's like a drill sergeant kind of thing. Like
That
you
one's
know.
actually one higher, but bluff and intimidate are my 2 that are above 10 that aren't like athletics and things. I don't think doing like sick handstands is gonna help.
Do a flip.
Do a
But this
backflip.
tip's for you.
This one's for you, Ava. And Finn's like, shirtless and flexing as he does a backflip with his wings out.
Yeah! Look how sexy I am. This sexy is for you.
All right, I'm back.
That sounds
I've
like a
successfully
bard.
picked up the robot Judy.
I mean,
Oh, thank goodness.
Solarians are kind of bardish.
Yeah,
Well,
they're like
better.
Valor bards, right?
Charisma base.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
Not
So-
much buffing though.
More like paladins, really.
Once
Yeah.
you all take your positions, Bumble is going to sort of take the head of the ritual, and we'll start casting the spell. And this is going to go on for a while. Like, this is going to be a very long ritual. And at a certain point, they will pause and they'll be like, "And now it's your turn." And they're going to gesture to one of you. You guys can pick this order. But Ava is laying there unconscious. You can still feel that discord within her. The drafted arcane math is starting to glow from within, and you feel like a weight on you. Like it when the ritual began, there's this sort of metaphysical weight that's pressing down on you.
Okay.
I can start. I got mine figured out.
Sure.
So Finn's gonna go with intimidate.
All right, yeah, if you're ready to go.
I'm 18. That's not the best, but it's still over 10. And Finn's gonna say, Ava, if you don't fight this, I'm gonna end up having to kill you. I don't want that, and I know you don't want that. And if you don't fight this, you might also hurt Lahan and Jacinto. They can't defend themselves against you. Can you live with that on your conscience?
There's a frown on her face.
Fight it or die. Tough love.
Jacinto will not say anything, but he'll just he'll close his eyes and reach out mentally into the ether and sort of try and he'll try and connect to those 2 songs that he was hearing clashing and push down. He'll try and seek out the one that is Ava's, lift that one up a little bit, try and infuse it with the Song of the Cosmos. Song of the Spheres, and then tamp down the unfamiliar one, the alien one that he presumes to be the curse.
I would guess that a healer would be the best at this.
No way.
That is a 36 mysticism check.
Yeah, you super aid because we're looking for 10s here.
Oh, then I
Yeah.
ate every
Double
round
aid?
yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying, oh God, make it harder. No, that's not what I'm asking for.
Lahan.
And Lahan will attempt to use her perception. Say, come on, Ava. I know you act all big and tough, but you really do care about people. I've seen you helping people weaker than you. Don't let this take you over. And do an auto aid with my perception.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you have 3 successful aids. I have the DC predetermined, and you have a bonus from the break enchantment that I'm giving you. Make your roll, and I'll let you know if you succeed. And you have to do this
We
twice.
also have one reroll available, so if you fail terribly, I would put the reroll towards this because it's important.
Yeah.
What
am I
save
rolling?
Are they rolling?
This is a will saving throw because you have been doing will saving throws all alone.
Oh,
Snap.
yeah.
That's a nat 20 on the
Okay.
first roll.
I had intended for this to
Yeah.
be 2 saves, but that natural 20, like, that feels dramatic. Like, you guys did this. I don't feel the need to artificially extend this unless you guys really want to go through it, because that natural
Great.
20, that's big.
I feel
That
like
is
we've all come
huge.
together, and we've really been kicking butt on fixing this curse thing, just through role-playing narrative.
So, yeah, Finn, Lahan, you feel like you say your piece, and you feel like you're getting through to Ava, and following those words, Jacinto sort of extends their mystical senses and their abilities in there to bolster and carry those words along with them. And Ava, how does this, like, on the metaphysical plane, how do you think that this looks or feels or sounds?
Oh gosh. As you guys are like, saying your pieces, Ava's body just kind of like starts contorting more and more, and like the ground starts to shake, and then like she kind of like lifts up in the air, and as you guys kind of as Deacon, what's his name, kind of like brings the chant to like
Bumble.
a crescendo. The Ava's like eyes and mouth open. She like starts screaming again, and like this black light, kind of like similar to what you would see in Finn's graviton mote, kind of like comes shooting out of her, face and hands and stuff. For what feels like forever, but really is only like a couple of seconds, and then she kind of like falls back on the slab. And the Doshko dramatically rolls out of her hand onto the ground.
Do the scales fall off, or do they fade?
They slough off very, very gross and unceremoniously.
Uh-huh.
Now, Leif, I sent you a message, private message. Did you see that?
Muted.
You're muted.
Talking to yourself.
I see. Yes, I acknowledge that message.
Okay, did you want to lean one way or the other? Or did you want to just leave it up to
wait
me?
a second.
Okay.
Now I'm like immensely curious.
Mm-hmm. Secrets.
Secrets.
All right.
Okay.
So it rolls away, and Deacon Bumble darts forward, grabs it, and starts wrapping it up in, it looks like gauze or an ace bandage, but it's like incredibly fancy, and it has runes and like arcane math going along the whole thing. And as it's wrapping it, it starts to glow. And if you I mean, you have a very high mysticism check, you can tell that it's with the intent behind this is to bind it, keep the malevolent influence from getting out and infecting anyone else.
Very Gandalf and the Palantir.
Yes, something like that. They should be fine, but they're gonna need some bed rest.
Okay.
This needs to be. We're going to stash this. This is going to be locked away. We don't want anyone else infected by it. Unless that's not what you meant,
That's
Leif.
probably for the best.
Is there any chance we can take the cost of that weapon off the cost for this whole ritual?
I mean, this.
Replace the weapon now.
Well, yes, but you also don't
She
have a
has
curse
other
anymore.
weapons.
Yeah,
And looking at her
gotta
body, I
try.
see at least 4 different kinds of weapons on her.
It's just
There's some axes. There's some shuriken. I think
Been
there's a
mumbled.
spear.
Finn's just like, yeah, fair, but magical weapons don't come cheap, mumble. Yeah. Gotta try.
If you have any further issues, you're always welcome. But we will lock this in a vault of things not to be messed with. Hopefully, it doesn't escape.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's for the
Thank you very
best.
much, Deacon. We greatly appreciate it. And if she really feels that she needs a new weapon, we can just pitch in and get her a new weapon. It'll be fine. I'm sure this will be great. Thank you so much again. I thank you. Thank you. And Jacinto just sort of, goes over and sort of pokes at Ava a little bit. Pokes at where the scales were. No scales.
It's raw skin. Like she's bleeding from those spots, probably.
Oh, I probably shouldn't. Okay.
I probably shouldn't poke an
little-
open wound.
Little healing zap to try and help her out initially.
Yeah. No, magical healing doesn't seem to work quite that well against this. Seems like actual bed rest is needed.
Let's just get her back to
Okay.
the ship.
I like that you
Yeah,
fixed the
yeah,
Dutch
let's-
angle now that your curse is removed.
I mean,
It was
or
intentional. That was totally there on purpose to
Would,
just unsettle people more.
Good touch, Leif.
Would
Oh, I see.
not Ava, but Lahan suggest taking her back to the weather place into the ship because it's more comfortable, or?
Yeah. We can go back to the condo.
Okay.
Because otherwise I just take her to the ship. I haven't seen the condo.
Mm.
We have some really nice feather beds. We can make her nice and comfortable.
Excellent. Do you want to
That sounds
just call another spoober? That's easier than carrying her.
You can
Yeah.
very easily get a spoober.
Let's call Space Steve back. He was really fun. I love when you get to have good conversations with the spoober drivers, you know?
Yeah. Let's ask for Steve again.
You get Steve. I'm sure you hack the system to get Steve.
Yeah, Lahan hacks the system so they can have Steve again.
Jacinto's like, wow, Lahan, I can't believe you actually managed to find him. That was so cool.
And yeah, you can get back to the condo.
Stefan.
No problems. And you guys were talking about possibly having to buy Ava a new weapon. And speaking of buying things, I hope that was a satisfactory end to that curse. I know it was driving Tom crazy.
Are they still, or are they frozen?
I can't tell.
Okay.
Nope, they're moving. They were just
Very
incredibly
Sorry,
still.
I was just looking at that and was like, I think we might have lost. You were like a statue. That was impressive. Carry on.
Yeah. Hope that was a satisfactory end to the curse. I know it was driving you crazy, Tom.
Well, it was
Oh,
driving
actually.
Jacinto crazy. Like,
Yeah.
because Jacinto couldn't do anything about it. But like he's a healer. That's what he does. He's also he's a bit of a busybody, right? Like he wants to make sure that everybody is doing well. And when you're a mystic and you have these wonderful powers and you can't help your friends with them, that sucks. So
Yeah.
Jacinto did everything he could.
Super
Yeah. Well, that's
satisfied.
good.
That scene. I think we all bonded a little bit as characters, and it was good role playing. Felt good.
Yeah. Agreed.
Super satisfactory ending.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And speaking of possibly having to make some purchases because Ava is now without her Doshko, did any of you want to buy anything super cool now that you're level 8? And you have a lot of disposable income. And did any of you get anything cool upon level up?
Oh yeah.
I can see invisible things now.
What? No.
Hey. That's the bomb. Fantastic. And how do you do that, Lahan?
Level 8 mechanic trick. Invisibility bypass processor.
That's a sleeper mechanic trick, to be sure.
Uh-huh.
That's
Very cool.
That's poopy. It's poop.
Just wait until she gets level 14 when she can get the invisibility hampering projector. And then she just shuts down invisibility with her seeing invisibility.
Yeah,
That's
no, mechanics are
excellent.
great.
Yeah.
Do you think
There's-
we're gonna run into any fights before the session ends? Because I forgot we made level 8, and I'm just gonna put it up till next week if we're not gonna.
I don't anticipate a fight. I think this is going to be very much RP and possibly information dump and stuff like that.
Cool.
I don't want to rush it.
So Nick can now see my invisible minions.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, what does Jacinto get?
Level 8's an extremely boring level for Mystics. We get one new spell known. We get, I think I just got a bonus to my connection skill bonus goes from a +2 to a +3. So I got a little bit better at the 4 associated skills with my connection because I took expanded skill channeling. Notably, Jacinto will, once we get Ava situated at Lahan's house and whatnot, Jacinto will probably go out and amongst other purchases that he now wants to make, he'll go with a, let's see. He's going to come back and he has this cool, like, metallic headband. And it's like, how do I want to describe this? It has like precious gems set, 3 precious gems here, and here on his forehead. Dear listener, I pointed to 3 different points on my forehead. And the headband itself is platinum, but underneath that is actually he's bought mechanically an artificial third eye. Which is this really cool cybernetic augmentation. So he basically got a third eye installed, not for seeing mundane things, but seeing the beyond, because the artificial third eye lets you activate it and open your senses and gain sense through vision within 30 feet. So Jacinto can now sort of take a move. It takes a move action to open it. So you focus and then whoosh, you can see through walls and stuff. But it's very overwhelming. So you get a -4 penalty to initiative checks if you have it up. So that's okay. Jacinto's initiative is garbage anyway. But I'm still not going to keep it open the whole time. But so the headband itself, why I was describing that is because he keeps it over the third eye, and there's a little, part of his activating it is what the center gem sort of shifts up a little bit to reveal the cybernetic eye that is attached to his brain. So, yeah. And then he would probably he would talk to the others in the party and suggest to them that we get Ava a new weapon, but not necessarily the same weapon. What do you all think if we were to get Ava like a new weapon? It could be plasma and stuff like that, but maybe not a Doshko, because she had a cursed Doshko.
I think it would be best if we took Ava out with us and let her choose something that suits her. Because this is a big change. She's been under the control of that Doshko for a while. It'd be kind of nice to let her pick her own weapon, her own destiny, if it can be cheesy,
That's no. That's a really good point. Okay, yeah, because I know
we've are intensely personal, in my opinion.
Use them. So I was just going to buy her like the biggest, longest, pointiest stick that I could find. Yeah. So yeah. No.
Use a weapon that it's an extension of yourself. And if we just get her something random, it might not be as useful. I would like to see her find something that suits her and that she really, really enjoys. She deserves it.
Yeah. No, agreed. And all right, yeah, that sounds good. Once she's up on her feet again, we can take her out shopping. Who knows? Maybe she'll like it.
Plus, I feel like we might have made some headway bonding as a group. Like, maybe Ava won't be as distant, and the shopping trip could be a good way to help work on this bond while it's still got a spark, if you know what I mean.
Malleable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta
Yeah.
catch sparks when they're happening, otherwise the fire goes out.
Agreed.
Very deep. Cool. All right.
Oh.
We lost Jet.
We lost the most important person, dear listeners.
We did
he'll be back.
indeed.
This is the equivalent to the game crashing.
It is indeed. Our game
Yeah.
was crashed.
We now have to take the cartridge out and blow on it real quick and then put
We
it back
we
on.
do. Please stand by while we
Come
do
on,
that,
Jet.
folks. Welcome back, friends. Jet has vanished and not come back, so we are staging a mutiny. Dang it, Jet!
It's a
Your box
mutiny!
has thrown off everything. Did all this
Oh
work
no.
to make it work?
Oh, we were gonna have a mutiny, Jet.
We were gonna have a mutiny. It was
Woke up.
gonna be
Just as
great.
we were getting ready to throw him off the ship.
Just
All right.
as we were about to throw him off the ship.
Time to make Jet walk the plank.
It's like when you're like, we're totally, Pippin trying to steal that. Going back
Yes.
to Lord of the Rings, as all things do. We were about
Of
to get it,
course.
but Gandalf opened his eyes at the last
He
second.
just.
I
Oh,
mean,
and he's
nope.
gone again.
But he was sleeping. Turns out he was just sleeping with his eyes open.
Exactly. He's
Yep.
just. Oop.
So it would seem. All right.
Yeah, half top, half big box. That was my favorite.
Jeez.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was a 2-for-1.
Ah.
Well, I'm half in my frame, so hold on. Let me just scoot over here. Oh, now I'm on the wrong half. What is happening? Anyhow,
Nick's fixing it.
there I am.
I am indeed
Look at it.
fixing it. Someone else tell the audience how we're staging a mutiny.
We're just
Oh,
gonna
God.
stage
So
this
I'm
movie
staging.
here,
Look at me.
and
Look at me.
you know,
I'm the captain now.
oh,
I like how
look
we
into
all
my
did
eyes.
that.
Look at me. Yeah, we're all just. I think I know how to stage a mutiny here.
Very
mute myself,
disorganized
so.
mutiny, discordant
Yeah.
mutiny, you might say.
As all mutinies are, I think. Yes, somebody should also tell Jet that we are staging a mutiny in a text channel because he doesn't understand that we're doing this right now. So yes, we're staging a mutiny, and by that we mean we're gonna take over and probably just sign off here in a second because we don't want to keep you all on the line. You all have lives to live. We have lives to live. I have sleep to get. It all works out. But yes. Oh, and there's Alexa, turn on the living room light. There's my Amazon Echo turning off the living room light. Because it's 10:30. So yes,
Time to go to
we were
bed.
talking about shopping things. What did Ava? Do we want to talk through that?
Yeah,
Once
so-
Ava gets up and feels better.
I imagine it takes like a couple of days of recovery, but then as you guys are kind of watching over her, she finally comes to again, and there's it's all Ava now. All of the scales are gone. All of the malice in her eyes has kind of softened.
Your eyes finally out.
Um,
Super bloodshot.
Yeah. But she's kind of she's still pretty distant. She doesn't want to, she doesn't talk too much to you guys when you're in there.
He doesn't
But
want to hug it out
eventually,
right now.
not really, no. We'll save that for next episode. But she does kind of after a little while, she'll agree to the idea of maybe going out into the public again and doing some shopping. And she's still kind of distant through all of it, but as you're window shopping, she sees some really neat it's like a little back alleyway stall that has some dusty weapons and stuff, and underneath one of them she finds a set of flash kunai,
Ooh.
They're actually, I guess they're called
Ooh.
shurikens in this game.
Mm.
So just like the next level up of shuriken that she's been using.
Oh, goodness. Excellent. Jacinto says, up. Let me just... And he, like, holds his hand over the shuriken real quick, because it's in a dusty back alley, friend. Like,
Yeah,
we're
no,
not going to not check it.
We check it for curses.
The purveyor is sitting there with like their hands in their cloak with like a patch over one eye and like a big gold tooth.
Uh-huh.
I want to know.
You wish to buy wares from Madame Zaroni.
So Ava's always been distant, but I want to know, like, you're still distant, but like, has your tone changed at all? You're a little bit more friendly towards us, like.
Whenever like you catch her like looking at you out of like the corner of your eye, her eyes like kind of dart away, but there's like you see like there's not a constant scowl on her face anymore.
Okay. I just want to know if we're making progress towards becoming buddies, because like, Finn would like to be a buddy, but I'm not gonna force it.
That'll take about a week of real time to determine, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So we
Yeah,
we
she goes for the shurikens, and then Jacinto does the up, and she kind of like stops things for a second, and then like kind of like nods and steps back as he does the like sense curse or whatever he's doing.
Those are nice. Those are
looks
definitely
over
your
it with a
style.
shrewd eye.
That goes with the rest of your weapons far better than that Doshko ever did.
And Jacinto doesn't sense anything. And
No
not
curses
just because
on
he
him.
rolled poorly on a d20.
Definitely not cursed.
definitely not cursed. We're not gonna have to do this song and dance again. That's for sure.
No, Jacinto's gonna get cursed next.
Oh gosh.
I just want to point out this is the
Evil
second time
Jacinto.
that one of Leif's characters has needed like a big ritual to save their Tekken life.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I
Gur
actually
in
think
series
people would
1, and now it's Ava with the cursed Doshko.
Piercing.
See, I don't think this would have killed Ava. I just think it would have made Ava into a murder machine that we would have had to have killed.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Who knows?
it's very
I wouldn't
possible.
have killed her. I would have.
It's very possible if the mechanics
I've done it
behind
too.
the
Could've
scenes
killed me.
are what I think they are.
And actually, a pretty like,
So,
We would have a hard time.
Yeah. Jacinto would just summon like an army of summons for Ava to wade through. And then
she's only got 10 shurikens,
probably
so she has to get them back.
use the forbidden curses of his spell repertoire to slow her down. But yes, so I
You can
see
just tell Jet not to worry in the stream chat because he's looking at that. I don't think he's
Yeah.
listening to this audio.
Oh, I should think not. So let's wrap it up then.
Yeah.
So, hey, Tom, do you have anything for us to look forward to on Sunday? Yeah, Tom, I do. It's this little new game called Fly Free or Die.
Practicing your GM talking to yourself skills there.
Yes. I'm gonna need it with this AP. I tell you what. So.
Oh.
Hey, so yes, we are starting up Fly Free or Die. We're No Heroes on Sunday, February 21st. Very excited. We're going to be playing. It's going to be great. I don't know what else to tell you. You've seen the character art if you're following our Discord and our Twitter or Twitter. You've seen our character art.
It's glorious and life-changing.
Yes. Anicola, I can't say it enough. Anicola did such a good job. She was really cool to work with. We'll sing her praises. You can find her at Anicola, right?
On Twitter. Yep.
On Twitter.
Yes.
Yep.
On Twitter. That's how we initially made contact with her, in fact. Very cool artist to work with. We loved the art that she did. We hope you feel the same.
Yes, but Stubble, I believe they are taking commissions at this point in time. As far as I'm aware, you can always reach out to them on Twitter or Discord and find out for sure if she's taking anything at the moment. But definitely seems like if you have the coin, she got the goods.
Yeah.
Do you have coin? You have where?
her Twitter name right now does say commissions are open. So
Go, go,
There
go.
you are. There you have
So,
it.
yeah.
Yes,
You-
everybody.
absolutely. And yeah, if you're not already following her on Twitter, do, because she posts a lot of her beautiful art all the time,
Yeah.
and it's always a joy to see. If you're not following us on Twitter, please do. Please share our character art for Series 4 with your friends. It's a great time to get new people into non-standard action because cool new stuff.
Yeah. So, a jet has returned.
Dang it, Jet.
He's trying to
Has he,
stop the
though?
mutiny.
Has he, though?
I don't
Throwing
know.
off
I
our
don't know.
mutiny.
It's-
I'm skeptical at this point.
I'm in
I think we
Tom's
should just
box.
sign off before you even say anything.
Well,
So,
we have
Complete
been.
the mutiny.
You could join us for the
Fulfill
hour.
the destiny.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not cursed in the
So,
game anymore. I'm going to feel cursed in real life.
Long story short, this Sunday, Fly Free or Die. Oh,
Browser loaded, and I had to delete Discord off my computer, and I'm reinstalling it very slowly. Discord was having issues, and a lot of random people were getting disconnected, is what was happening.
But now Tom and I have to share a
that's
box.
amazing.
What have you done?
yeah.
I love Nick Tom.
Gosh.
It's my favorite. And I
Oh,
really
no.
enjoy my brand new look. I look so good.
So I
Welcome
missed a
back,
bunch
Jet.
of that.
Say goodbye,
I'm gonna have
everybody.
to rewatch.
Um,
And some of the stuff I intended to get to, we'll just get to at the beginning of next session.
yeah. So, Jet, I regret to inform you, we have staged a mutiny.
We've wrapped up without you. We were literally just finishing up saying our out spiel.
He appears to be frozen again. This is terribly awkward.
Oh,
So
He was listening to us. He said so in the text channel.
and it hated my browser version is what just happened there. So you said you were staging a mutiny, huh?
mm-hmm.
Indeed. I
we have
regret to
indeed.
inform you that I am the captain now. I took over the stream to advertise and promote our show this coming Sunday.
How dare you.
Yeah, very selfish of me. I'm a terribly selfish person. First thing you need to know. But yes, so Sunday, 12 p.m. EST, Fly Free or Die, We're No Heroes. It's going to be a lot of fun. I still have some prep work that I want to get ready for it. I have most of book one prepped. That's a lie. I have 2/3 of book one prepped. But it's going to be
That's
it's going
most.
to be great. Stop poking me. So
Get out of my box.
That just reminds me of the World of Warcraft orcs from like 1 or 2. Stop poking me. Keep poking.
Mom, they're in my box. This is wild. So I'm gonna take us out of here. Unless Jet, I suppose as your last action of the night, I could give you the reins back if you want to take us out of here.
He's been mutinied. He's locked up in the broom closet.
Yeah, you mutiny.
You
I'm
know
locked up in the. I'm in the
What am I
brig.
saying?
Say goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, you don't just
Goodbye,
give the reins
everybody.
back.
See you next week.
Nick, get us out of here.
Goodbye, everybody.
Take care of yourselves out there, folks.
Hey.